Hey everyone, Andang here for more of LOTRO. When we last left off, we were on our way to report about learning absolutely nothing about what we were sent here for, which is this crazy weapon or artifact or whatever we're looking for here that apparently all of Mordor wants, but we still don't even know what it is. And we're of course here getting ready to talk to Thranduil, and of course he's got his wonderful harpist here, regaling him with all the wonderful musical tones that only a horrible, crazy elven dictator could like, I'm sure. Sweet serenity. And also got the guards here, paying no heed to the music. No foot tapping going on here. Anyway, let's talk to Thranduil.
The artifact Bugdatish might have been taken by my warriors out of Dol Guldur.
Ooh, so we might have it. We may have an advantage over Grukor of the Gerzil, Andang. For the artifact Bugdatish might have been among these taken by my warriors when we departed Dol Guldur. The scholars of my realm are nearly finished with their study of these treasures. The wizard Mithrandir has come to Felagoth, and speaks with them even now. Go to him in the room of study southeast of the throne room, and learn if any of the artifacts could be the one prized by a Grukor, or if any possess a connection of some kind to Karazgar. Alright, I guess we'll continue to investigate this. It does not feel like a good idea to be getting all these crazy artifacts, and the last person we want crazy artifacts to have in this region is the crazy Thranduil guy. Mithrandir sees you approach, and knits his eyebrows together with concern. I can't even do that. Yeah, he's close to a knit there. I'd say that's like a half knit. Alright, Mithrandir.
I grew tired of waiting for news from you.
And prevailed upon Gwai here to bring me hither. I spoke at once with Thranduil. His scholars have been sorting through the artifacts rescued from Dol Guldur. But they say they have not found what I seek. There is no wonder in that. How can they hope to find this artifact, this Bugdatish, while they know nothing of it? Such things do not come labeled for easy study, they say to me. I say to them, and now I say to you, Andang, we may not know what form the Bugdatish might take, but if the Gerzil desire it so badly, I believe the thing will be enwreathed with a powerful aura. But these scholars insist that they have not found such a relic in the small hoard of artifacts taken from Dol Guldur. The wizard pauses. Hoard, did I say? That is not the only such hoard known in this part of Middle-earth. Smaug himself assembled his own hoard of treasure when he still lived. And when he died, it was divided into shares among the dwarves and men, and some even to Thranduil's elves. Might the Bugdatish have been a part of that treasure hoard? Ask the Elf King of this possibility, Andang. Alright, well you keep knitting your eyebrows together, Mithrandir, and we're going to go talk to that elf. King Thranduil eyes you carefully as you approach, for he's wondering why you're still on your horse.
I do not like to speak of that hoard, as Mithrandir knows.
Mithrandir has sent you back to me so quickly. Do the artifacts from Dol Guldur hold no answers to his questions, Andang? You offer Thranduil the wizard's suggestion that the artifact Bugdatish might have been part of Smaug's hoard, unremarked upon and unnoticed. I do not like to speak of that hoard, Andang, as Mithrandir knows. The dragon sickness lay upon it, caused much trouble in the hearts of the dwarves. Indeed, even men and elves became embroiled in the fighting over it. The hoard and its treasure were divided among the victors following the death of Smaug. They were many and valuable, and included the Arkenstone and the necklace of Girion. If the artifact Bugdatish had been contained within, it surely would have been accounted in the reckoning of shares. The Arkenstone lies with Thorin Oakenshield, in his tomb beneath the mountain. I saw Bard lay it upon his breast myself. As for the necklace of Girion, which I knew in elder days as Gwyramir, it was made of gold and contained 500 emeralds. It belonged then to the bride of my liege, and disappeared for thousands of years, until reappearing on the neck of King Thror, as it should never have done. It was all I desired of the Horde. After the death of Smaug, the necklace went to Bard. But in his wisdom, the bowman took the necklace apart, and gave its gold to the dwarves, and the jewels to my people. And so were those bonds repaired. I think the artifact sought by a Grukor cannot be traced to the Dragon Horde, but dwarves and men may tell you otherwise. Alright, now we're getting somewhere. Hey, Mithrandir moved.
If the artifact Ugrachor desires was in the Dragon Horde, it is Erebor we must search.
Thranduil speaks truly. From the Horde he desired the necklace of Girion, though he knew it not by that name. He coveted no other wealth, not even the Arkenstone. I have an idea about that, Andang, but this is not the place to recount it. Suffice it to say, if the artifact a Grukor desires did end up in the Dragon Horde, it is Erebor that must be searched, not Felaggoth. The wizard lowers his voice, so not to be heard by Thranduil, and speaks to you in confidence. Elves and dwarves have a long and demanding history, and they have often bickered over the treasures and perceived slights. Thranduil said it was the wisdom of Bard the Bowman that the necklace of Girion be separated into components of gold and gems. He said too that it was Bard's wisdom that the gold and the gems be given separately to dwarves and to elves to repair the sundered bonds of friendship. Such was the advice I gave to Bard Andang. How often must wizards repair the bridges burned between these two peoples? But for now, it seems the road leads from Felaggoth. Make now for Leglond, the settlement of the Raft Elves, and seek word of Karazgar and of Bugdatish. I will follow shortly, and meet you at Erebor after I have concluded my own business with the Elven King.
Make now for Loigland, the settlement of the Raft Elves.
Alright, let's finally head to this Raft Elf settlement that is outside of Mirkwood. Can't wait. We do still have more quests in Mirkwood according to the deed log, but I'm fine moving on. Let's see what else is in store for us in this area. Alright, here we are leaving the forest. Oh man, we have been missing pages.
The news came. The dragon was slain. There was a king under the mountain, and that day we remembered. Remembered friendship, grievances, and debt.
Alright, we're finally free of the forest. Of course, we do still have like a spider finding quest and some other things. But who cares about that? We're on our way to Leglon now. Many Raft Elves sit idly by, morose at their lack of work. Oh, yeah, they're unemployed now.
Greetings to you. Are you lost?
Have you become like a barrel upon the forest river, travelling from the halls of the Elven King down river on your way to Lake Town? But alas, you have fetched up upon the bank, and now it falls to me to dislodge you with my long pole. Hold still, and I will set you going again. Nimbadeth laughs merrily. Pardon my jesting, friend, and tell me what brings you to Legoland. I will set you going again, with my words, and not my staff. I promise you.
I wish to help you, and help you I shall.
I like this elf already. These names are unfamiliar to me, friend. Karisgar, Bugdatish. Blame me for focusing on the river and my duties alone. But such curious words are the province of lords and princes, wizards and adventurers, and not Nimbadeth of the Raft Elves. Trade is my charge, and in that I excel. Still, I wish to help you, and help you I shall. Most elves have few dealings with the men of the lake, but the Raft Elves cannot stand aloof if trade is to continue. It may be the men of Lake Town know the names you seek, and I can help you gain their good graces. Travel to the front gate of Lake Town and introduce yourself to Varthek. He is one of the guards there, and you will know him by his crimson hair and beard. Tell him you have come from Nimbadeth of the Raft Elves, and he will see you have whatever information you require. I helped him obtain from Felagolf a present for his young son, and he will help you in memory of my aid. Onward to Lake Town, friend Beryl. I dislodge you, and with my help your course will be swift and sure. Oh, Raft Elves be crazy. Raft Elves be crazy. All right. At least that one is. Jeez.
What excellent tidings you bring, friend.
You explained to the despondent elf that King Thranduil has agreed to reopen trade, if it can be made perfectly safe. He looks relieved. What excellent tidings you bring, champion! If we can reopen trade, my kin can finally return to the waters. Your aid would help us overcome the many difficulties we now face. Of course.
We should begin with troubles along the forest river.
Shipments are sent downstream from Felagolf, and then picked up here in Legoland, before being sent off the long lake. Not long ago, shipments began going missing, before reaching even us. I suspect orcs are involved. Please do what you can to make the forest river safer for us all. Alright. Oh, jeez, he's got a ton of quests.
It is good you are here.
While it is my task to oversee trade in Legoland, it is all too much for one elf to handle. I have delegated some tasks to Siratheon. He oversees the inventory and storing of provisions within Legoland's bounds. He has become increasingly agitated of late, convinced that a thief moves somehow undetected among us. I can hardly see how, with our elf eyes and all. No wood elf could be a thief. Any dwarf or man would be watched closely enough after Sirathon's talk of thieves, if not before. Would you speak with Sirathon and see if you can put his troubled mind to rest, one way or another?
A word between us, then.
Shipments from Felgoth have not been making it to Legland. I believe someone may be stealing them out of the forest river before they reach us. Can I ask you to investigate? Travel along the forest river from here to Felgoth and see what you find. So it's impossible for him to believe that anyone's stealing here, but he's more than willing to believe that people are stealing along the river. I mean, I can see that point of view, but he made such a big deal about it before. It's like, okay, it's one place or another. Still, you're being stolen from. Who really cares where? Let's just put a stop to it.
I would speak with you.
I have received reports of orcs coming down from the Green Mountains, disrupting trade along the forest river, and attacking any who go to investigate. I doubt they will be any threat to someone as battle-hardened as you, champion. Would you please take care of these troublemakers?
A word between us, then.
I sent several of my raft elves to go investigate the missing shipments from Felgoth, but they have not returned. I fear this is work of orcs. Please find them and aid them if needed. What you really mean is that they've gone upriver, finding out that there's no one stealing, and it's really you stealing, buddy. I see right through you, Lorndur. I see right through you. Alright. Well, looks like this elf needs to talk too. Lorndur sent you? Did he say he thought I was out of my wits? I tell you, there is a thief, though I have nothing to prove my convictions as of yet. If only I had time to make a count of provisions. Though trade is stopped, somehow my work goes on. Will you lend me a hand in counting supplies? It's hardly work suited for an adventurer like yourself, but it may lead us to that thief. Alright, well, we will count supplies, destroy river nets, fight some orcs, and do all sorts of stuff, but that is not till next time. If you guys enjoyed this episode, be sure to leave a like down below, and I'll see you again real soon for more of LOTRO.